Harbor has one of the finest stadiums in college sports. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. So the Michigan Wolverines kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. First carry of the season for this transfer. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Arch to throw. That's caught. It's Smothers. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
They'll give it to the transfer, first carry of the season. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Arch Madness. He wants to take the top off. He's got it down the right side. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Texas!
And they talked about his speed all week, but it's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to see it. You see that young man out wide, man. He can fly, and he runs right by the defense. They take a shot early, Palmer. They find the speedster, and he finds the end zone.
And I think the defensive coordinator right now is just kicking himself because you're right. I mean, they watched film all week long. You've seen this guy torch defenses. You cannot play coverages that allow this guy to take the top off and get behind your back line. That right there is just a big mistake defensively, a bad call. And kudos to the offense for finding the matchup and making them pay.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. that first impression.
Just got to finish the play. If you're the wide receiver, you got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Fires to the wideout. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Welcome to the big house, Michigan Stadium. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in with the Texas head coach before the game. He understands both teams are in the top 25. Both teams are quality with a lot of talent on the rosters. But he believes this stadium can make a difference. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football. They have been pumping in crowd noise all week at practice to make sure they are prepared for this moment. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. They're going to try an onside kick on the opening kickoff. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Now here's Matt. got him wide open. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns! He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And you just cannot draw up the start of a season any better than that. Opening drive of the first game of the year, and quick fire, you're down the field scoring 6. This offense is explosive.
And he puts through the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Can we get the trainers over to the coach right now? He's got his punt team out there, and it's not 4th down. He'll try to feel the butt and see if he can give his offense better field position. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. We talked about it earlier. Now this home crowd making life difficult. They give it to him first time this season for the transfer. Turning it on. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. He's got 42 yards rushing already. You want to talk about establishing the running game. They're doing that in the season opener. Huge play. Puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. Running the red zone, it's Brown. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. This quarterback part of their running game. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It hasn't taken very long this season to just see how scary this offense is. They wanted to be aggressive coming out to start this season, and you've seen that with the play calling on this drive. It does not take these guys with their speed very long to score. Watch out. This unit has a chance to be special.
Coming out with it, it's Stewart. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Michigan offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Got the quick pass. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Out routes are very much about timing. It's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
No, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Seven-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming. The Wolverines moving quickly to the line. Sends it back in motion. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Underwood. Quickly complete. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing.
Maybe some room here. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
A really nice job by the quarterback putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl, try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass, but when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Underwood floats it out in space. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. They get to him as he throws. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Here's Underwood to throw. Takes his shot. Makes the grab. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Wolverines go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Wide receiver going in motion. Got his man. And he will score. Touchdown Wolverines. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into him.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. They'll start on the ground with Brown. He's already got 46 yards for him on the ground now. What a first quarter for this guy. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. About to start the second period here. Holly, what have you got on the weather?
Well, guys, as I mentioned early in that first quarter, there was some rain, but the bad news, it is getting very heavy right now. Players are starting to rush and grab their jackets, trying to get towels to dry off the ball. Things are starting to get a little bit crazy down here on the sideline as the rain is really coming down. Back to you.
We'll see if they can handle the weather in this game. Firing to the right, complete. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
You know, God bless Texas, because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got two great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So
makes the grab and room to run. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You're bringing Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on?
There's a crease. He's at the touchdown, Longhorn. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a scintillating 52-yard jaunt to the house. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Wolverines offense heads out, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Underwood. It's complete to the right. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Marshall. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it. And the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Here comes the offense on second down. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
You know, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Wants to adjust the pattern. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Looking to pass. It's Underwood. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man on the left. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Second down coming up. Underwood. He slings it deep to the left. Cut on the outcut. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll move the tight end. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. Right back to the well, and it didn't work again. It's 3rd and goal.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical here.
And that's why they practice these goal line situations, right? It's to step up and be physical in moments like this.
Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. So the offense will try to punch it in here on 4th and goal from the 1. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
The defense, I think, was just more physical on that 4th down, guys. That was a designed quarterback run, and they're calling that because they're trying to get extra blockers at the point of attack and get a numbers advantage, but just the defense fighting off the blocks, being where they're supposed to be, and not letting the quarterback break free. You just can't do a better job than the defense did on that 4th down.
Oh, they're after him. Out of the backfield, he's open. Finds room at the 10. He's loose. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
What an enormous play, the 99-yard touchdown pass. But Palmer, when you're in that end zone and you're backed up and you could take a safety, what's going through your head?
Oh, man, your clock's going off. You know you got to get the football out quick, but I'll tell you, you're also licking your chops because you know in this area of the field, you probably have one-on-one opportunities to the outside. So if you get time and you're able to make an accurate throw, you could hit pay dirt, and they just did right there, going 99 yards to the crib.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Motion from the wide receiver. Here's Underwood to throw. It's complete on the right side. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down.
King.
Timeout taken by Texas. It's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see. to the big house, Michigan Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Michigan Wolverines. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game. This is a challenging environment, bringing his team in here against a very quality opponent. This has so many implications for postseason, rankings, strength of schedule, all of those metrics. But more important, he knows how hard it is to get a win here on the road. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. So Texas's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Underwood shoots it to the left. Got a man. It's Buchanan. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know, receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Gets the back moving. Runs through the tackle. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. He wants to change this route. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Oh, sweet feet.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game, opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
Got enough for the first. On the move at the 30. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Longhorns! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like, you mentioned the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They're dealing with a second and long. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Unloads it left. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Wolverines will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He's got it. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Manning. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He'll try to take it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it. Sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Leaves it with the back. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. And the Wolverines want to pick up the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
They'll go right back to it. Breaks into the open. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Wolverines come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Underwood buys a little time with his feet. Touchdown, Wolverines! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. The extra point here would tie the game. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
Now we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.